Wagwan, my loves, it's Knowledge Butterfly. As always, sending you guys out peace, blessings, love, and abundance. Today is Wednesday, Mercury Day, and it's actually my Four of Hearts Day, which is the four, of course, represents, if you think about the fourth house in your natal chart, it represents the foundation and the mother. So again, that ties into the mother energy, and it's hearts too, so the hearts ties into the mother energy. Actually, I'm doing this video, I'm doing something a little different, guys. I got up today, said what I was grateful for as always, and I also set my intentions and listen to a little music, because I'm going to do a video about music and the chakras. But right now, what I want to talk about is the rapper Drake. So most people should know who Drake is. He's in, probably the top rapper of this current time, in this generation. And I'm going to talk about why he is who he is and why he continues to win, right? Really, if you think about anybody who's a quote-unquote celebrity, they have followed their star chart. They followed their destiny in order to let their light shine, in order for them to become the supernovas. That's literally what they become, a supernova. And we all are supernovas, but a lot of us are not activating that because we're not walking in and being our authentic selves. Now, I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to jump into it. So first off, Drake Aubrey Graham is his name. Drake Aubrey Graham. If you just add up the numbers in his name, just do regular mathematics here, you get that his birthday adds up to the number 17. Now 17, I've talked about this before, because 17 is one of my birth cards in the tarot. That card is the star. All right, so just looking at what he was named, his birth name adds up to the number 17, and that is Aquarius, the star. I'm looking for the card because I didn't pull that card out. I pulled out other cards because I was focusing on other cards. But here's the star, all right? And we are in the age of Aquarius, right? So he is ruling at the top in what? The age of Aquarius. He's being the star in the age of Aquarius. So he is following his destiny. You know what I'm saying? This is all written in the stars. This is written in his name, all right? The other card, because I did a video talking about the birth cards and tarot and whatnot, and how you get your birth, how you can calculate, your birth card. And I showed my birth card. So if you watch that video, you know that 17 is one of my birth cards, as well as 8, because 1 plus 7 equals 8. So if you add 1 plus 7, meaning getting the singular number, you're going to get the number 8. And so his other card would be strength. This is all in his name, okay? So he has the inner strength, which also is the lion, that Leo energy, because this is the Leo card. This is like how your light is going to shine on the outside because of your inner light. His inner light is inner strength. He exudes the Leo inner strength. And also Leo, if you think about Leo, is the heart. So your inner strength comes from your heart, okay? So that's just breaking down his name really quickly. Now I'm going to jump into his birthday, and this is going to be the lengthy part, all right? So his birthday is October the 24th, 1986. So 10/24/1986. All right, that makes him a Scorpio. So just getting into the Scorpio energy, Scorpio is the mother energy, is water. It's a fixed sign and it's a water sign. And I'm going to get into a little bit of that more as I talk about some other things. Now he was, the number 6, being born on the 24th day, is, the singular number is the number 6. The number 6 is actually tied to the Venus energy. You can tie it to Saturn too. People think about the hexagon and other aspects, with Saturn being the planet of hexes and the planet of what's the word that I'm thinking of? But basically, it's the planet of what's the word, guys? It's the planet of putting things in a box. It's the planet of structure. So a lot of times people think about the number 6 with that planet. However, the number 6 also ties to Venus and the Venus energy. All right. And so when we're talking about the birthday in particular and breaking down the numbers, the number 6 actually ties to Venus. Also, he was born in 1986, and if you add the 10 plus the 86, the singular number is going to be number 6. So he was born in the year of Venus. All right. So right now, that is just telling you Scorpio, that feminine energy of water, and Venus, also feminine energy and also love energy. All right. So he is able to tap into the Scorpio energy, which is able to tap into because Scorpio is ruled by what planet? It used to be Mars, and it actually still is co-ruled by Mars, but that's more on, I don't want to say a lower spectrum, but I'm going to show you how Mars is also tied into Drake as well. So he has the Mars influence, and he also has the Pluto influence, because Pluto is the planet that we discuss now more readily, with Pluto being the higher form of them. It's like transformation. When you transform, you tap into the higher aspect of Pluto in Scorpio. All right. So the other so what I was basically saying is his Scorpio energy, he's able to pull from the mother, from the darkness. He's able to pull something and bring it to the light and just shine. You know what I'm saying? So he's pulling out his gifts and his talents from the darkness and bringing it to light, and he's shining, and that's him, you know, letting his light shine, being a supernova. Now we're also going to talk about the number his birthday adds up to. So I did the calculations to get his tarot birth card. So his birth card number adds up to the number 22, and there is not a trump card that is 22, which is okay, because 22 is a master number. It's actually the master builder number. So he is the master at building. All right. Now, when you add 2 plus 2, you get the number 4, right? 4 is the emperor. So this nigga is a builder. He built himself up to become an emperor. And that's why he kind of comes off as a little bit of confident and cocky, because he's the emperor. Now, the emperor is actually, guess what, guys? The Aries card. And Aries is ruled by Mars. So that ties it again into the fact that he's a Scorpio, and that Mars is one of the rulers, the co-rulers of Scorpio. So he has that emperor energy. He has the Aries energy, and that's why he takes charge, and he goes and he gets it. He is getting the money. He is getting the status. He is getting all these things. He is one of the top rappers. Like, a lot of people may not like him, and a lot of men be like, you know, he ain't no real rapper or whatever, he's soft and all that. And I'm going to talk about why him being soft works for him, okay? Because that's written in the cards. That's literally written in his energy, in his DNA, in his spiritual DNA. That is who he is, and he is being who he is, and that is why he is fucking winning right now, okay? But yeah, so he's literally sitting on his throne right now, okay, in the hip-hop and rap game. All right. Now, so I talked about it, the 3 cards that I just tied to him: the Emperor, the Star, and the Strength. The Emperor is his birth card, and the Star and the Strength are tied to his name. Okay, so what's in a name? Names are very important. Okay, now we're gonna get into his destiny card, which is his birth card and his destiny. And I'm not gonna go through the whole all of his destiny cards, but I'm going to talk about his birth card. And your birth card is your sun card. All right. So this is what makes you shine. All right. To others, he is a Jack of Hearts. If you were born on 10/24, Jack of Hearts is your card. Why is this important? The reason why this is very important is because in cardology, the king is the father, the queen is the mother, the Jack is the son. Right. All right. What makes this card even more influential in Drake's life is it's a heart card. Heart is about love. So this card is tied to Jesus Christ. All right. This is one of the fixed cards. There are 3 fixed cards in cardology: the King of Spades, the Jack of Hearts, and the 8 of clubs. And what I mean by fixed is that it means that there are two spreads that any cardologist looks at. That is the natural spread, that is the natural order. And the natural order starts with the Ace of Hearts and it goes to the King of Spades. That is your journey, your natural journey through or natural spiritual journey through this world that we live in. However, because the world has been turned upside down and we've been living more in our lower state, the order that we've been living in starts from the 3 of Hearts and it still goes to the King of Spades, because the King of Spades is a fixed card. So even though we have two spreads, 3 cards, the fixed cards, do not change positions. They stay in the same position on the natural spread and the other spread, which right now is not coming to mind what it's called. Oh, the mundane spread. The mundane spread. All right. So Jack of Hearts is one of that. Jack of Hearts also is the reason it's considered the Christ card is because it is the sun, and the heart chakra is where the sun lies, is where your soul lies. It's the seat of the soul. It's the home of the soul. All right. It's the home, not really, it's the home of the soul. The reason why I think they call the vision the seat of the soul is because when you raise your Kundalini energy up here, your soul, you're literally raising your soul up in order for you to see everything. It's literally for you to have the correct vision. It's for you to be able to tap into really everything. But the home of the soul, where it always comes back to, home is where the heart is. Yeah, is that. So this card is the home is where the heart is card. All right. And so this is Drake's card. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this card and then I'm going to get into Drake. You're going to see how this ties into Drake. All right. All right. So I got this information from a site called universaltile.com. And I'm going to talk about their description. This is one of the best descriptions, and this actually resonates with me, and it resonates with Drake. So if you're a Jack of Hearts, listen up. So like I said, Jack of Hearts is a fixed card. It has the spirit of Christ and sacrifice through love that surrounds it. All right. Because of the influence and wisdom of the Christ spirit, Jack of Hearts have higher guidance and higher motives in spite of being Jacks. All right. And the reason why they say in spite of being Jacks is because Jacks are usually immature and sneaky. Jack of Hearts have come to share their love and to guide us by their example. So the purpose of a Jack of Hearts is they have come to share their love and to guide us by their example. All right. Now, because of love, because love is their strength and their birthright. Remember, love is his inner strength. Love, that means it is his birthright. All right. This is the Leo card. Leo is the heart chakra. Leo is love. All right. After the Jack of Hearts recognizes that they have a mission of love, they do accept this responsibility because they know how to love with the good heart of a king. I'm going to add to that and say that after a Jack of Hearts recognizes that their mission is love, they actually excel. They actually start to fulfill their soul purpose. So for Drake, that nigga pretty much is the symbol of a hip-hop artist that connects to the heartstrings of women, because what he raps about is his feelings. And feelings, a lot of times people tie your feelings with love. That even though some people will, tell you that a lot of times your feelings is tied to your brain, because it is. However, it is tied to both. The balance is to align it between your heart, because you don't want it too caught into your mind, which is where your emotions lie, and you don't want it too caught into your brain, which is where your feelings are. All right. So the heart is still the balance, and that with him rapping about his feelings and relationships and women and all those things like that, that nigga is serving his life's purpose. All right. That is why he is a celebrity right now, and that's why he's so. That's why he's winning. All right. So their personal dreams may be given up for a higher vision or viewpoint, and they frequently make sacrifices in their lives. Remember, this is the Christ card. So Christ made a sacrifice. He sacrificed himself. Now, I know that Christ is not a real person, but I'm talking about the mythos and the mythology of Christ. I'm talking about the story of Christ, because remember, it is a story, and we are supposed to learn how it actually applies to who we are. All right. So they are usually successful in their own fields and are born leaders. Let's get back to the leadership. Boom. The Emperor. This is his birth card. He is a born leader. He is a leader in the field. Anytime you do something that other niggas are not doing, you are leading. Okay, you're being a leader. So he made it popular to be rapping and singing on shit. And I'm not talking about, now I know T-Pain did his thing with the auto tunes and come through with the singing, but Drake made it popular for you to be a rapping ass singing nigga. You know what I'm saying? He made it popular because he is singing from his feelings. He's singing his heart. He's sharing his heart with people, and that's why he is winning with women. Okay, and that actually ties into the divine feminine in the age of Aquarius, and that is the age of Aquarius is the divine feminine coming back. It is the knowledge and the information of the divine feminine coming back. So that's why that nigga had no choice but to win. Okay, now these individuals are focused and lead by a strong sense of fairness and duty, unless they fall to the lower side of the sneaky jack. They are dependable and follow through on promises. Bringing higher energy to their occupation and lives in general is where they are fulfilled. All right. And this is on a spiritual path. So if you really want to obtain your spiritual and your physical wealth, and this is for the Jack of Hearts, you have to go by your heart. So whatever you are doing, like whatever business venture you're trying to be, you're trying to bring to the main stage. Okay, when you're trying to be successful at that, you need to be your true self, which is your heart. You are that Christ. You exude that Christ consciousness. This card exudes the Christ consciousness. So when you are allowing yourself to be led by your heart, and really you can say this with anybody, but this card in particular, honey, you'll achieve your goals so much quicker. All right. All those they associate with are to some degree uplifted by their presence, because this card carries the spirit of Christ within them. So that means basically, because you have this card, you can have 12 disciples following your ass. You'll have 12 niggas building you up, helping you achieve whatever you want to achieve. You'll have a team of niggas that are on your back. That are riding for you. Think about the fact that all these people wanted Drake on their albums. Think about Lil Wayne saying that in one of his songs. I'm trying to have the exact verbiage come to mind, but he was saying basically they'll have a hit record as long as they have Drake on every song. So it's telling you who this nigga is. So he represents Jesus Christ. All right, he represents Jesus Christ. And if you don't believe that, think about the fact that I wasn't aware of this because I hadn't really been into pop culture like that. But Blue Pill was talking about everybody had thought that Drake was out for the count because he had got bodied. You know what I'm saying? On a rap battle, rap beef. But again, this nigga Jesus Christ was able to be resurrected. All right, he was on the cross. He got he died. He got resurrected because people thought his career was over, but he was resurrected. And let's talk about the fact that this nigga's a Scorpio. So the higher animal that represents Scorpio is the phoenix, nigga. So he was the phoenix that rose from the motherfucking ashes. So no, he wasn't dead. All right. So he was able to come back. All right. So now let's talk about relationships for a Jack of Hearts. So Jack characteristics are there even though the Jack of Hearts is a spiritual card. So you're gonna still have the Jack traits even though you are in the Hearts suit. Hearts is a very spiritual card or a very spiritual suit. Now, the young, playful, playboy, or playgirl characteristics of this card can trap them too. So where you fuck up hearts and Jack of Hearts in particular is when you try to be a player. Is when you try to have all these different women, because women, that feminine energy is actually what helps you excel. Because remember, when we're talking about feelings, well, mainly emotions, we're talking about the feminine energy. So you're supposed to be, the way that you really exceed and excel is through finding a muse from a woman. That he found many muses. Every woman he had a real connection with, he writes a song about her. You know what I'm saying? And that shit works. So I'm not saying that he's not a player and that he hasn't been with many women. However, he doesn't, I feel like he goes at it with his heart, you know, tied to it. He's not just trying to make women look crazy and stupid. He's not treating, he looks at that woman with respect, no matter what her profession is. Mind you, he dated many strippers, and this is not to down strippers or anything like that, but I hate using the word but. Let me scratch that. This is not to down anybody who is a stripper or who has been a stripper. This is just saying that he looks at all women equally. He doesn't allow your profession or whatever to say that, oh, she a hoe, because that don't mean she a hoe just because that's her profession. All right. This is just saying it could be young, playful, playboy, playgirl characteristics. Now, if we want to talk about being playful, let's get into this Leo card. The Leo is the playful card. It is the childlike card. You know what I'm saying? This is the card where you are connected to your inner child. That's why it's inner strength, because your strength is your childlike essence. All right. So it says, being the most romantic card in the deck, they too can be led into affairs and romantic liaisons. And just think about him being in the news with Rihanna, him being in the news with Serena Williams and all that stuff like that. Now, depending on the individual, the sacrificial character of this card can work for or against them in relationships. A degree of immaturity may prove to be their downfall at times in their life, but these persons have the power and are strong enough in their love character to deal with it, with resolve. They have their own philosophy of love that is immutable, and usually they are devoted to higher ideals. You may be involved in their plan to save the universe, and they sacrifice for you if they love you. By the same token, the Jack of Hearts can employ their savior mentality, Jesus Christ, to do odd things in love, such as selecting a partner that is totally unworthy or damaged so that they can use their love to heal someone. That ain't the move, okay? The Jack of Hearts, yes, it is the Jesus Christ card, and you are supposed to have a little bit of sacrifice to it, but you're not supposed to choose somebody who is so damaged that it actually winds up bringing you down, and also not choose a person because of that energy. Because what happens is your energy innately, you want to help people, you want to use your love to help somebody. So that's why the Jack of Hearts can have a tendency to date many women, because they're trying to find that woman that they can save and they can bring up to a certain level. But at the same time, that woman should have the type of energy where she can also elevate you and be your muse. So if she's not being your muse and helping you grow in your love, then she's only bringing you down, and it becomes a codependent relationship. Now let me get in a little bit more into this. So it says, bad consequences can result with this victim and savior situation. Or in addition, there can be a codependent relationship as a result. And I just was talking about that. It could become a codependent relationship, which means that both of you are leaning on each other and you're bringing out the worst in each other. All right, you saving this person, and then you feel like this person not appreciating you because you over here doing all this and you're doing all this sacrifice. But are they asking you to do it? No, you choosing to do it. And that's why Draco have those songs where, you know, he's literally like almost crying on that shit because he's doing the sacrifice and nobody asked him to do it. All right. Now, they begin to understand the pain love can result in and start to be an understanding and loving partner after a few losses in love. They are most highly devoted and loyal companions of the cards when they seek their higher purpose, which many of them do. Many of them seek their higher purpose because this is the Jesus Christ card. So you go through the flames so you can come out. You know what I'm saying? Of those flames. And the fire, fire suit, I mean the heart suit actually is fire. Fire actually ties back into his emperor. Fire ties back into his strength. And the star being Aquarius ties into air and in his mental. So that's why he's able to come up with these things, these lyrics and things like that. Use his mental. He's using his heart first, his inner strength first, to come up mentally, to come up with the mental words or the lyrical words in order to connect with people, to connect with others. All right. And then also he has that emperor, that confidence that shows that I don't give a fuck what y'all think about me. So y'all can criticize me, y'all can call me corny, y'all can call me whatever, nigga, but I'm still sitting on my throne. I'm still the emperor of this bitch. I'm still running this. I'm still running this hip hop shit. All right. Now, where did I end? Oh, they are prepared to make sacrifices for their loved ones if they need to, and they are paragons of love that is profound and immovable. All right, these niggas they be poets and shit. You know what I'm saying? They be speaking parables and shit. But yeah, I just really wanted to share that with you, guys. Even though Jesus was the symbol for the age of Pisces, still with Drake, the reason why he's winning is because he's tied into the age of Aquarius as well. He was tied into Pisces and he's tied into Aquarius, and that's why he's still winning. That's why he's still winning in this season. So I really just wanted to share that with you guys. The last thing I'm going to do, I did pull up his natal chart, so I'm going to take a look at that. I briefly looked at it. So we know that his ascendant is in Scorpio, and that speaks to that water. That speaks to why he is on his music and everything is tied to like that feminine energy. That also speaks to why he is able to tap into that darkness, and he's able to bring out, you know, he's able to utilize that darkness to bring light, to put it in the light. That's that Scorpio power, if you use it properly. And that also speaks to why he is can be very emotional, because Scorpio is an emotional sign. And it's also a fixed sign, so you can get stuck in your emotions. Now, his ascendant sign is Leo. All right, Leo is his ascendant sign, so that speaks to the heart chakra, and the ascendant is his soul. So again, that goes back to bam, this Jack of Hearts. That actually still ties into this Jack of Hearts. All right, that also ties into bam, the inner strength right there, Leo. So that ties into that childlike energy, why he can be playful and he can joke about his fucking self and not give a fuck, right? His moon is in Cancer. So his moon is in Cancer. His moon is in the mother. So he was able again to pull from that dark place, pull from that mother energy, pull from that primordial mother energy, and make shit happen, because he's really walking in his truth. Sun in Scorpio water, moon in Cancer water, and then Leo is his ascendant, the fire. So that fire also ties into the father, but the Leo ties into the sun, you know, and literally the sun. So that's like the father, the mother, and the son is literally finding the Trinity, and I'm literally starting to find the Trinity in everything. And his 10th house is in Taurus. We know Taurus is normally the second house is about money and possession. So his midheaven is in Taurus. So that means that definitely he in his profession acquires quite a bit of money, quite a bit of possessions, and that's that bull mentality. That's literally him charging at it, at whatever he does. And that really fits with Drake. You know what I'm saying? It really fits with Drake. And then also when I think about Taurus, I think about the throat chakra. His profession, he utilizes his throat. He utilizes his throat to make money, to speak his truth, right? So on that note, most of his planets are in his Scorpio and Sagittarius. Most of the planets fall in his Scorpio and Sagittarius houses. All right, he has Saturn in his Sagittarius, which gives you structure and discipline, and then Sagittarius is about freedom. You know what I'm saying? So he had some restrictions there, but you are able to transcend those restrictions when you are following in your soul purpose, right? He also has Uranus in Sagittarius. That right there opens him up to being original, being an original being, being a free spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's why he don't really give a fuck. That's why he can set his own lane. That's why he can be a rebel against what people think hip hop is, because he has Uranus in his Sagittarius. All right. He has Mercury in Scorpio, and it's in the 4th house, which is the house of the mother. He also has Saturn in his 4th house, in the house of the mother, and that's why his father really wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But it still made an impact on who he is. All right. He also has Pluto. He has Pluto in Scorpio. Pluto rules Scorpio, right? So he has Pluto in Scorpio, and he has Venus in Scorpio. I have Venus in my Scorpio, and Venus in Scorpio will have you like Beyonce. What's that song that I love from her Lemonade album? What is the song? Don't Hurt Yourself. That is an example of your Venus in Scorpio. That is loving possessively. Your love can be a bit possessive, on the possessive side. So he in love can come off as a bit possessive to women. You know what I'm saying? And I had to deal with that in myself, because I was very possessive of a man. Like literally just wanted to like possess him. You know what I'm saying? And so he could come off that way. And you know, so all of this again is speaking to why he is so tied to that feminine energy, and also why he works for this time, and why he was meant for a time like this. He also has Mars in his Scorpio, so he has that fire. He has that fire element coming into his Scorpio, the fire and the water coming up, and that can also tie into his Emperor card, how he is a Scorpio, but he still has that Aries, and it also shows how his masculine is balanced, because he has his Venus in Scorpio, and he has his Mars in Scorpio. So he has a balance of the feminine, that love and action, that love and passion. Because I'd like to think of I'm sorry, it's not Mars he has in that. His Mars is in Aquarius. It's his Mercury. So that actually changes it. It's his Mercury that's in Scorpio. So his Mercury being in Scorpio is his communication. It's how he communicates. It's his thought and his mental processes. So his mental and his communication being in Mercury, that makes sense. In Virgo, that makes sense why he communicates a lot of times about love and about women. All right? The things that are hidden, he communicates a lot of that to us. You know? I'm actually going to end the video on that note. I just wanted to share with you guys. This is something new for me. Even doing the card readings, and I'm including the tarot and the destiny cards in the readings that I do, because all of that ties in with who you are. All of that makes up the energy that you are, and how you express yourself, you know, and how it's best, and the best way for you to express yourself. So knowing how your natal chart works, I just 111 right now because I just initiated something new, but knowing how your natal chart works and all that is very imperative for you understanding yourself, because remember, we are on discovery of self. We're on a mission of discovery of self. We're on a journey of discovery of self in order for us to be our best self and live our best life. But I'm going to end it on that note, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this reading of Drake Aubrey Graham, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in for this entire time, for those who listened to the whole video. And I definitely give thanks for you. So if you want to subscribe to my channel, you actually can click on the link in the video. If you want to follow me on my social medias, I have all of that information down in the description box from my Instagram and my Facebook pages. And also, if you want to send a donation, you definitely can send a love donation. I have on the color green too, which actually ties into this love reading, and actually ties into the foundation of this energy that's going on, this mother energy, you know what I'm saying, that green and that love, and also still ties into the heart chakra. So yeah, but anywho, you can send me a love donation through my PayPal or my Cash App, and that's all I have for you guys. So I appreciate you again. Peace.